Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. Today we're doing something a little different as I'm currently not actually on my bike and we're here at the Ballard Locks. So this is a really popular place to visit. For those from around here, you'll know it. It's where they sort of control the water levels entering from the Puget Sound into Lake Washington, and basically they'll have boats sort of here where they'll adjust the water levels to let them transition over from fresh to salt water. And it's a really key spot, especially in the summers, that people like to come here to visit, and just for the vibes in the water. But there's also a salmon ladder on the other side here, and it's a really fun spot to visit, as you'll see a lot of different boats coming by. People come here for different sites, but another reason why a lot of people like to come over here is to connect from the Ballard side to the Magnolia side. So the way I'm facing is Magnolia, and this other way here is back to Ballard. So a lot of different people that don't really want to use the Ballard Bridge would connect over using this, and it's a lot faster. Though I guess one of the main caveats is that you do need to walk your bike in this whole area. Right now it's not that busy, so maybe it could be a pass, but normally, especially in the summer seasons, it's going to get crazy packed here. And leading down there over that way is the salmon ladder. So during the right seasons, as the salmon migrate back home, you'll see them trying to climb this ladder, and this is where they survey a lot of that activity. So yeah, this is the Ballard Locks and the Fish Ladder Plaza. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys the Ship Canal Trail, and we'll be able to access that on the road here as we get out of the no biking zone. And we'll be riding on Commodore Way, which is not a trail, but then that'll lead us directly onto the Ship Canal Trail, where I'll ride towards the Fremont Bridge, and then we'll be able to connect to a lot of different parts again in Seattle. But yeah, let me know what you think, and as always, please roll over the like button and subscribe. If you've been to the locks before or your thoughts about it, please let me know. So I think here we're safe to get on our bike again, so I'm gonna get ready to do that. All right, so there's a bit of gradient here, but nothing too bad. All right, let's go. So as you exit out here, there's gonna be a parking lot, but we're gonna be heading back eastward on Commodore Way and then trying to connect onto the Ship Canal Trail. So let's do that. All right, so now we're headed back eastbound, and there's sort of different ways to connect back onto the Ship Canal Trail that I'll go over later, but I'll show you one of my favorite ways if we're riding here. And as you're riding along here, I used to live very close to this area, and this was definitely just a part of my sort of usual loops, because you just get a lot of flat rides with the combination of the Ship Canal Trail and the Burke Gilman, and you can use the Ballard Locks as a means to connect between them. But this part, it's a relatively calm road, but it is an industrial part of Magnolia, so there sometimes might be bigger vehicles, but the road is really quite wide, so it's not too much of an issue. And the best part is when you do this loop, and I'll link an example below, but you can use the Ballard Locks as a really great rest stop. So here you see the other side of the water, which is the Ballard side, and we're just gonna keep riding along here. This is gonna be another test, as it's another particularly windy day and I'm riding a bit at pace, so we'll see how this camera picks everything up. But yeah, you can see there's some construction going on, and yeah, this whole west side of both the Ballard and Magnolia area can get pretty industrial, so it is just a call out to watch out for any big vehicles from time to time. But today happens to just be a very clear November day. It's been raining for ages here, what feels like ages here, and more rains to come. but had to go out and enjoy it once I knew there was some sunlight. So the Ship Canal Trail is basically gonna run right parallel to the water and end right sort of where the West Lake cycle track is. There's multiple ways to get on it. The official way might be use Emerson that connects from Government Way, but today I'll show you guys something different as we enter sort of into the port area, where I sort of favor this way just because there's a lot less traffic to worry about and it feels sort of like a trail, but I'll show you what I mean. But just overlooking here to the east, today it's particularly clear that I can even see some of the Cascades over that way. That may or may not show up on the GoPro, but over there's the I-5 and then the Cascades looking right over it. So yeah, other than the fact that it's sort of dark for 4 p.m, this is like a fantastic day to go out and ride. So from here, I actually like making a left, and I'll show you how I connect onwards later. But after making a left here, you sort of connect onto this really small road near these ports, and this will lead you directly to the Ship Canal Trail. This just cuts out having to deal with a busy Emerson Road or anything. There certainly is traffic here, and definitely be considerate, but this is the way I've always done it. And you can see some other cyclists coming this way have favored it as well. Then there's a really distinct ocean smell as you get into here, so it's pretty fun. But yeah, on a clear day like this, you'll get good views of all the hills around. You'll see Queen Anne over there, and you'll see the I-5, and there's some breweries over here that people like. I think a lot of the Seattle cyclist community like to visit, so it's pretty cool. We're not too far off from the Ship Canal Trail at this point. Right now, parallel to us is Emerson, you would connect onto the Ship Canal Trail on the right over there. And it's a bit awkward because they don't have a bike lane on it, and it's not a big road. So what I'll show you is how we connect on it just a little bit later, but watch out for this intersection. It is a four-way. After this car goes, I'll go, and keep being on our way. But yeah, I just love being so close to the water, getting the smells of all the industry around here. So it's a bit random, but here is where we're going to make a right and then connect onto the Ship Canal Trail. And unfortunately there's no markers, you'll just have to sort of remember it. But up ahead here, you see that neon yellow sign, but this is the trail right here, and it lets you connect directly. And that whole time I just didn't have to bother with traffic at all. So if you ever go this way, give this way a ride, see how it feels. But if you are riding directly into Magnolia or Discovery Park or the likes of that, then yeah, it probably makes sense to go onto Emerson Road and connect right onto Government Way. But this area is neat. There are some railroad there. This whole area just has a lot of railroad crossings, so just be on the lookout for those. But otherwise, it's gonna be a nice straight shot all the way into closer towards downtown Seattle. And the views of this side unfortunately aren't gonna be all that great. It's gonna be a lot of industry, and but crossing over on the Ship Canal Trail probably mainly is like the Seattle Pacific University. So I'd have to imagine a lot of students there using this trail to get to and fro places. Up ahead there's also going to be some nice spots where you can chill by the canal in the water. But other than that, the gradient is going to be uber flat around here as you just go forward. So a lot of these trails, even the Burke-Gilman, have a lot of these openings. They aren't very consistent sometimes with like who actually has the right of way. Sometimes they'll say stop for us, sometimes they'll say stop for the other party. But regardless, I would say just keep on your toes and make sure you look both ways before you cross any of these. But there's gonna be a lot of them as we ride along here. And yeah, this part of I guess almost Queen Anne, Upper Queen Anne, is very, very industrial. So this moving company here, and then a lot of different things. But so as you'll see, this is a really popular trail for commuting purposes. Basically, if you live in Magnolia, most likely you're going to be using this trail. The other main use of this trail that I sort of brought up before was to bring you over to Discovery Park. It would be in the opposite direction, but if you sort of made a right at Commodore instead, you'll be taken onto this hill that takes you right into the midst of Discovery Park. And Discovery Park has, I'll probably do another full video on that, but there's definitely some great sights, and you can visit the famous lighthouse, which is at the bottom of a hill, but it's, I guarantee you it's probably worth it. So it looks like there's going to be a detour ahead of us. Not very surprising for Seattle, but we'll see what we're dealing with here. Especially near we're basically right next to the FPU campus, so this is definitely very, very regular. So looks like not too bad. Yeah, nothing at all. They just are taking up that section. But anyway, now we've reached the part of the Ship Canal Trail that is a little bit more nice, like sort of like park area. All these benches here, people stopping by. This is the SPU track, and now we're not all too far from the Fremont Bridge, which is where we're going to end this video today. But all the leaves have started to fall. And yeah, it's a nice, clear, dry Seattle fall day, which has been pretty rare this year for anyone around here. Would definitely know. On your left. Yep, and up there is the, on your left, Aurora Bridge, the Highway 99, and that campus is over there is the Google campus, and that blue bridge is the Fremont Bridge. So yeah, once you get really close, there's definitely a lot to see here, and it's a really enjoyable trail. Closer out to the west, it is just really quite industrial, so usually I think for people it's a means of commuting or transport or fitness. But here it's actually quite a nice ride, and it just parallels the Burke-Gilman Trail that is over on the other side. We're on the other side of this canal. Here there's an exit to head up onto Nickerson and other parts, but we're going to keep going for a little bit and exit just a little further down, right past the bridge. So we're passing under the Fremont Bridge now, and I think that's where we're going to end it for this video. So once we come up here, there's this pathway over to the right. As we head up there, we'll be right at the Fremont Bridge again where you can cross it. But thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that style of video. Feel free to leave me any feedback or any other trails you want to see in the future, and I'll catch you all in the next one.